Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel FCB Nation. I hope everyone is fine. Christmas is here and a Merry Christmas to each and every one of you tuning in to this video in this particular time of the year. Happy festive seasons. Hoping you're all spending time with your loved ones, with your families, friends, relatives and everyone else. So in today's video, we are going to discuss about the latest updates on Barca, from our coach to the trainings, and also a number of players discussed: Marc Bernal, Pablo Torre, Frankie, Pedri, and also in our attack, Ferran, Rafinha, Lewandowski, and also discuss the new year objectives as we are heading into 2025. So let's get into it. So first, we are going to talk about the training. The team will have a short break over this festive period and then return for the open door training session at the Estadi Johan Cruyff on Sunday, which will be on 29th. This follows our last game of the year, 2024, against Atletico Madrid. The players are currently on holiday, and it's well understandable to reset, recharge, and enjoy some days over this festive period before taking on the challenges to come in the new year 2025. This was the club's statement, and I quote: "The traditional Christmas event promotes the FC Barcelona Foundation's charity and social work. Money raised from the sale of tickets this year will go towards the Polseres Blaugranes project." I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce it correctly, which aims to help children and young adults facing long-term hospital stays. And we expect to see all the players this Sunday making their traditional visits to children's hospitals in the Barcelona area. All the best to those who will participate in this event, and a very nice touch from our club. So some good news to a member of our squad and an update on his recovery process: Marc Bernal. It has been a long period out, it still is, but the recovery is proceeding very well. This was after an ACL injury that he sustained in the third week of the La Liga action. The club said this, and I quote: "He underwent surgery in September 9th and is now on the long road to recover, a problem that means he has played no further part in the year 2024-2025 season. He had made an incredible and extraordinary impact after featuring in the preseason under Hansi Flick, which he impressed so much he immediately became a prominent feature of the manager. He started the first league game of the season against Valencia and then again against Athletic Club, and his performances wowed the football world. But in the third game away at Rayo, the injury was a hard blow. And remember, he is as young as Yamin and Kubasi, 17 years of age. So this was a young and a very promising player. 1 year out, and it's now about 8 months remaining. Come back stronger, Marc Bernal." Which brings us to some players who have not played as much, not in the injury list though. So let's start with Pablo Torre. We haven't seen him consistently played, even from the bench. 21 years old, and the last appearances I can remember were on Sevilla at home, coming from the bench and scoring 2 goals, and he started against Las Palmas. He also featured against Brest in the Champions League. Not a lot of games though. No single minutes played in our last 5 matches, but his performances shows he should be up there with Firmin and the other midfielders. He has the qualities to change the game. We need a squad with different players with different attributes, and Pablo Torre is a quality player to do that. This season is long, and let's hope he gets his chances from the second half of the season, which will begin in January. So the next player is Ansu. It's been another tough season for him. Lots of setbacks, lots of transfer rumors in the media, but few minutes on the pitch. At some point, he was our only hope, just as Yamal is right now. And my only hope is Flick and the team to try bring him back. We are hearing he asked the club to continue training during this Christmas break. And just like Pablo Torre, we want to see the squad participate and help us win games. Also helping themselves. Every player want to play in their best, in the best teams. They are in Barcelona and they are part of the squad. Speaking on Szczesny, he hasn't featured in any game since his arrival to the club. The plan is Inaki as our number 1 goalkeeper, so he is always on standby, but is expected to feature on 4th of January. Maybe this will be his debut in the Copa del Rey against Barbastro, and this seems the perfect game to bring him in. The season is very long, and in my view, sometimes we need to rotate not just the other players but also the goalkeeper. It can sometimes be seen as there is lack of competition in this role, since it's only in training where they train and compete. But when we play both and see their performances in real games, then there's a better chance to see and contrast their performances. So unless we play him, we are unable to know what he will bring in actual competitive games for our team, regardless of how best he performs, how fit he is in the training sessions, just as we have seen Iñaki perform during Ter Stegen's absence. In the final list of players, we need to see more on the field. So this is a long list. I'm just going to talk about Frankie as the last player. Of course, we want to see every member of the squad play. So on Frankie, we've also had rumors about him, but on the pitch, despite his injuries, he has not been progressing very well. We are hearing good performances in training, being included in the squad, but rarely do we see him participate. From the little we've seen him play, it may be seen as he has lost a little bit of his confidence. We know how talented he is. Let's wait and see what will happen. And in the current state, we really need the squad at their best level, and we wish them all the best in their recoveries, in training, and hope to get each and every member of the team back. So coming to one of the best players in our squad, Pedri. He seems to be back to his best, not just on his performances, but also on the physical condition. 31 games this season, out of which 6 was with Spain. He spoke after the game and he said we need to come back with our batteries charged. Players are angry and we need to convert this anger into fuel. So this anger is for our last game, which we lost. We need to improve, compete, and show our best level and win titles. So on our attack, for the first half of the season, our attack has been lethal, but also not very fluid enough. This is since we create much, and if we don't convert as much, there is a huge problem. We have missed 50 big chances in the league heading into match day 20. Our number 9, Robert Lewandowski, he acknowledged that we have created a lot of chances but not converted them as our standard should, and personally he felt that he had lost a bit of confidence and calmness inside the box. Rafa also spoke. Listening to him, he was more open and critical of himself, speaking about the chances he had missed, and in particular during our last game, being responsible. And I feel for him since he is always on the attacking area, in the midfield, at the back, last line ball clearances, which if it were not for him, it's a goal against us. He is always everywhere on the pitch, but we need to improve in our attack. All the attacking players, including Rafa, they need to step up if they want to be among the best, if not the best players in the world. We have titles to compete for, both for the team and individually, so our players should be aware of that. An update from our coach. So despite being suspended for the final game of his 2-game ban, Flick decided to face the media himself after the Atleti defeat. Everyone, including me, was absolutely down, but looking back, Flick really said some important things about this team for the future, which we need to address. So this is what he said. This is the style I want to see. We played an extraordinary match, creating many chances, and the result should have been different. We have to take this into next year and get better results. We have to learn from these games. I have nothing bad to say about how we played. So Flick was and is really proud of the players, stating how excellent they were. They love to work hard and compete, and the connection he has with them is brilliant. The most important thing he said, and this applies to us, the fans, and we really hope to kick off the second part of the season in the standards we are up to. Flick said this, and I quote, "I can promise you that we will fight for everything. Every game, every point. That's our goal, and the players are ready for it." So we start with the Spanish Super Cup, round of 32, against Barbrastro, and then 4 days later against Athletic Club in the Supercopa. Thereafter back to La Liga versus Getafe. So we need to prepare for these games. Looking forward to how we will kick off. So that wraps up today's and current updates on Football Club Barcelona. It's been a tough run, and we are just in the middle of the race, half a season left. So the race is very long and we will fight until the end. This festive season comes at the perfect time, and Flick even said that. So let's reset, the players, the fans, the coach, everyone else who support this club, and come back stronger than ever. See you soon. Thank you for watching and wishing you all the best.